Hello YouTube, I got another knife update video for you today. And I touched upon this in my review, but I wanted to make a separate video stressing this point. Today the knife that I'm updating on is the Spyderco Navaja. This was a pretty interesting knife for me. It was my first knife with carbon fiber handles. It was my first knife in S30V. And it was my first knife from the Ethnic series of Spyderco's Ethnic series. And, I like historical, culturally significant knives or blades. I like the history behind them. And that's what I mostly touched upon in my review, is the history behind this knife. This was going to be my dress knife that I wore when I was dressing up, church, weddings, that kind of stuff. But there was one thing that really irritates me about this knife, and that's the finger choil. And this is one thing that Ed Shimp intentionally did, was to make this finger choil, and I have no idea why he did it. First, you got this hump right here, so you kind of want to grab the knife way downhill, which gives you this long run of space, which you can't do anything with. You try to cut with it, and you just run into the finger choil. If you choke up a little bit, you still have all of that space right there. Well, if you try to cut something, you still run into the finger choil, and it just is irritating. I've tried cutting up apples, cutting many different things, and I always start from the bottom of the knife and run up. And I always run into this part of the knife when I'm trying to cut. Now, you can try putting both fingers up there, but that's just very uncomfortable. You're kind of pinching the knife, and your two fingers are kind of crowded in that finger choil, and it just does not feel right at all. So, in my opinion, this finger choil that Ed Shimp put in here was a bust. It's very unorganic, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, some of you might like it, but knife reviews are based upon the opinion of the user. And that's what I'm sharing when I make a knife review. For the most part, I'm sharing my opinion of the knife. Now, if I have a knife like this, or any other knife that has a good history behind it, I'll also share the history behind the knife to see if you're interested in owning a knife with that history behind it. And, but that finger choil is just, it's too big, it's too long of a run of space. To illustrate what I consider to be a good finger choil is this Rat 3 by Ontario, which I also like EC's Rat, but I just so happen to have the Ontario one, and it fits perfectly in there. You got your pointer finger in the finger choil. It fits just right, and you're not pinching the knife. You can actually grab it, what I call Filipino style, and you can start from the bottom of the blade and cut up, so you can actually have a long run of edge on the knife, and you don't run into empty space when you're cutting. So to me, this Rat 3 has way better ergonomics than the Spyderco Navaja. And I wanted to stress this point. Don't get me wrong. Some of you might like the Ed Shimp finger choil concept, but to me, it's not practical, and it's just unorganic to me, and I wanted to share that with you. I'm a Satsu 5. I hope you learned something today. I hope y'all have a nice day, and I'm out.